So hello and welcome to the final part of the Demon's Souls Relay LP.
Check out my sweet new shield.
It's quite nice. It looks a little bit familiar.
It's almost like I pinched it from some poor bastard's corpse.
Yeah. You monster.
So we're talking to this hobo. I need superior magic from this hobo.
I mean, it's amazing he can teach you anything. Just look at his really shit organization system. Like, that shit's all over the place.
As promised.
There's a thing with Freak where if you give him multiple demon souls, he'll basically start going crazy. He'll start going, I must have them all, like calling you a cunt and just being a real prick about it.
Yeah, he gets drawn in by the power.
So we're giving the Penetrator's soul to him for a light weapon, which is the upgraded version of Enchant Weapon. It is not the only upgraded version of Enchant Weapon. There's another one which you can get from a little friend over in the corner. We'll look at her in a moment. But there's a core difference between them, and for how my build's going, I basically can only use light weapon. There she is. Hello, Yuria.
Yuria generally sells the incredibly powerful spells.
Yes. She sells Curse Weapon, which you also needs the Penetrator's Soul, but it requires 100 MP. So I would have to double my current MP bar if I want to keep using the Insanity Catalyst.
Oh yeah, because it lowers it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it halves it. I only have about 100, whereas Light Weapon only needs 50. They also function differently. Light Weapon and Enchant Weapon scale off of your magic, whereas Curse Weapon just adds a straight 1.5 times multiplier to your physical attack.
Nice.
And for my purposes, having magic damage is much more useful.
Yeah. So 1-1-4, time for the final stage of the final world.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah. World 1-4 is...
There's a detail I like right here. This right here.
Yeah.
This is a yellow dragon.
Yeah.
Well, the corpse of a yellow dragon. They managed to get one before you came here.
It's pretty fucked up.
And there's a nice wee detail how there was actually 3 dragons and they managed to kill one before you got here. And it shows that there was really underlines how hard they were fighting before you came here.
Yeah. They certainly weren't useless. There's also a shitload of swords sticking into that thing. It's
I know,
quite
some of them
stupid.
you think just climbed up on it and stabbed it while it was down.
So these 3 guys, lovely as they are, the 3 Black Phantoms of World 1-4.
Yep. Normally I try to just arrow them, but I didn't have the patience. I have a much better weapon than I normally do. So
yeah, arrowing them's not very much fun. But there's quite an interesting thing. I remember I didn't know this for ages, and then I found it out.
is this who they represent?
Yeah, the lore of these 3 Black Phantoms is these are the first 3 bosses of this world.
Yeah, this guy we're using.
Tar Knight and the Penetrator.
That sword we're using is the penetrating blade. It is. Well, it's the Penetrator's sword.
Yeah. These are like their human forms, while the bosses were like corrupted demon forms.
These 2 are curious though. The archer is Phalanx, because
Yeah.
the whole idea of her was that she hid behind shields, but then the guy's Tar Knight, but he uses the scraping spear, which
He
is
does,
Phalanx's
yeah.
weapon.
I think, it's probably just to kind of show off the weapon, but yeah, no, I like that touch. Phalanx turned into the creature that needed
Others
other
protect
things
it.
to defend it, because she never fought kind of openly in her own fights.
This guy is the prick of the bunch. The Tar Shield is stupid good for defense.
Yeah,
And he's using a spear, so he
really
never has to put it down. And he hits really hard.
Jesus, that's a lot harder than I thought he hit.
I know, and the worst part is that you won't see it take this effect, but the scraping spear does a lot more durability damage to your equipment than any other weapon.
Yeah.
So I'm
also-
trying desperately not to get hit and feeling.
Yeah. He's also wearing the brushwood armor, which is the heaviest armor in the game, but also the best.
Yeah, it's very high physical and fire resist. I was contemplating picking up that shield to show it, but pretty sure I don't have the strength to carry
You
it.
can't manage it.
It's like 30 weight,
Yeah.
so it would just put me over in both ways.
I picked it up now, but I didn't use it. But essentially, it's just a shield that's pretty much the same height as your character.
Mm-hmm.
But those three can be quite troublesome if you manage to get all three at once.
Hello.
Oh ho. Let's see how Gavin does against a real person.
Also, I just want to say, remember this name for a later video.
Cartman?
Yes, this player name. Remember him.
Right. Okay.
But alright.
Oh, I see some headgear there.
Yeah, one of the main the defining mechanic of the Soul series is the fact that other players can invade your world and fight you for fun and profit, mainly profit, and not your fun.
That's
yeah,
he's. Oh shit.
Yeah, he's really skilled for like magic and murder and
You
well,
got
fuck.
wrecked.
I know. The thing he's wearing is like the old monk's. I forget what they call it. It's his robe thing that the old monk boss fight uses. You get that if you win that fight as the old monk.
Yeah.
It rapidly boosts magic power.
You're gonna gesture here, aren't you?
Yeah. Well. So skip ahead a bit, use the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes to get back. I'm now playing offline just because I didn't want to repeat that like 3 or 4 times trying to fight
Yeah, that's pretty
the git
fair.
upstairs.
There's a lot more knights in this section of this world than there has been before.
To be honest, this isn't actually a very long level. Like all the other end of world levels are all pretty short. This is the longest of them,
Yeah.
but it's still pretty short.
Oh yeah, the end, like even the longest end of world level is still a lot shorter than a normal section.
There's an assassin up there, and he's pegging me with throwing knives, and it's.
Yeah.
Also, look at this. He just walks through all of that.
Yeah, they have insane poise. It's very hard to stagger them. But I think the only level that might be short that's not a final level would be 2-2 with Flame Lurker, because essentially you just drop down a pit, go through a tunnel, and you're there.
This is pretty much the shortest level, yeah.
I always have trouble with this guy.
He
does
don't.
so much damage if
He
hits
does.
you.
If he hits you, but it's not that hard to get around his attacks, I find. Just shove him away with my hiding gesture.
Usually I'm using a far smaller weapon, which I think is generally why I have trouble, because I have to get right in.
So, time for the meat of this video, or this part of the video anyway.
Yeah, I was wondering when he was going to come back.
He's making a grand show of himself.
Well, he's probably pretty annoyed when we just killed his mate a little while ago.
It was me who did it too.
Yeah, fitting.
I just find it hilarious that this relay has ended up with me having to spend about half an hour both times shooting a dragon with arrows as well as killing people who don't really deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it ended up being divided pretty well, didn't it? You're kind of a monster, so it works.
Sure. So this is a fun thing you can do. You make him just kill the fat official for
The
you.
fat officials take so much damage from the fire. And
In 1-4,
it's ridiculous.
the camera got me there, by the way.
Damn. Took quite a bit of damage there as well.
Yeah. The fat officials, there's like 2 of them, and they're both pretty meaty actually. In 1-4.
Yeah, they take a lot of punishment.
So.
You ready for half an hour of watching this game? Thought I'd mix it up with music this time.
What inspired this choice?
I know, I heard it and I thought this is class.
I guess while we have to be educational, this dragon you can more clearly tell about the whole locational damage thing. He takes more damage at the very edge of his wing than he does underneath it or on his body or anything.
Yeah. Though I always thought that was because you were closer to his wings. No? the further your arrow goes,
No,
the less
it might be that, but I'm pretty sure like in general, like he just seems to take more damage at the very tip of the wing, not the very tip, at the side of the wing, even no matter where you hit him on it.
Because I know that like in World 5, when I was using arrows,
Yeah.
to kind of lure the large goblin men, if you hit them when they're very near you, you do a lot more damage than when you just...
That is true, but I'm pretty sure in this case it is locational.
Well, yeah,
Cause they,
how come you haven't leveled up? Like you're 65k souls.
I'm pretty sure that's because I just didn't want to go back out and do it.
Yeah, fair enough. Card. Running away.
I don't know, he hasn't got the balls of his brother. Game had a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, I think whenever things get fancy in the Souls games, the frame rate always suffers.
He's over there now, he's just endlessly breathing fire. But he only does that if he has a target. I wonder who it could be.
I mean, I guess we'll find out soon, once you get through this fat git.
This is something I'm just demonstrating because I only just noticed I was doing it at this point in the level. I can fast roll now.
Oh yeah, so you are. What are you showing off?
The difference between the rolls we've been doing so far in this are well, pretty obvious. You're a lot faster, you don't actually use as much stamina. I'm pretty sure you have more invincibility frames. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Just in general, it's much better than fat rolling.
I was actually reading about the rolling in Dark Souls 3 recently.
Mm.
Can't quite remember how it came about, but apparently it's a bit different.
Oh, someone's taking damage over there.
Not that much damage though. Looks like he's doing pretty well.
It's just me. This is what every time in a Souls game I get fast rolling. This is what I do.
Yeah,
I
you
just-
have to show
I just-
it off.
Even to myself, I just roll 3 times in a row every so often.
It's quite nice. There is a nice feeling when you have fast roll.
Someone's shooting the dragon.
Could it be our good friend Bior from earlier?
It is indeed.
You know, he just doesn't know when to quit, does he?
He's also managed to get himself this time into just underneath the dragon's breast, so he's not taking any more damage.
It's actually amazing. I don't think I've ever had it where he hasn't just continued to
No.
get wrecked.
Yeah, although he has enough health in the brusher armor so that he can just tank it entirely.
Oh yeah, there's no real danger that he's going to die until he gets a New Game Plus.
Oh, round 2.
Yeah. The first
I don't like to-
half of the dragon's health, I think, yeah?
Yeah, more or less. I don't like to leave a job unfinished.
No, I mean, it's always safer to kill him in case you die in the boss and you gotta do it again.
Yeah.
Otherwise you need like 200 hours of run nearly.
I'm pretty sure I counted the amount I used, and it was something like... I forget the exact amount.
Well, you had 500 and something at the start of this video.
I had about like 500 and... When I started firing, I had about 597, I think.
So we're over 200 at the minute.
Yeah, the blue dragon, and this is with a much better bow that has like special damage modifier on it and everything.
Yeah, you can fire damage.
And these are heavy arrows too, not just normal arrows.
Oh yeah.
Which heavy arrows do more damage than normal arrows.
Yeah. Certainly beefy.
Yeah, he's far stronger than the red one.
So,
Which I assume means the yellow one was the weakest of the 3.
probably, I mean, they managed to kill it, so.
312, so that's about what? 285?
Yeah, about that.
Well, let's go see how RBO is holding up.
I'm sure he's fine.
He's still walking, that's a good sign.
Bit of dragon fire wouldn't really hurt him.
I think it's at this point I realize we're using more or less the same sword.
Right enough, yeah. Gotta love Bior. And his insane bravado.
Just a moment to join him in it.
We managed, did we? That leaping lizard was more trouble than expected.
I'm pretty sure he is entirely unique in the whole series because he's the only NPC who does this.
Yeah, he's the only NPC that helps you out in
Well-
being in like human
Squid
real
again,
form,
me.
Yeah.
so to speak.
He doesn't need to be someone who just comes in of his own accord. And now he sits down to have a little sleep.
Yeah, he seems to get tired a lot.
The rest of he is getting old. The rest is up to us. And to be fair to him, he did, you know, tank most of the penetrator usually, and did just take a dragon's breath to the face directly.
Very true. I think the man has earned his rest.
Mm. I mean, I can tell you right now, if that did hit me, that would take most of my life off.
Yeah, because I didn't bother killing it in my run because it wasn't gonna be on camera. I just ran past it. But
Fair.
you can't run past it without getting hit once, and it was pretty much 90% of my health bar.
So, this bit.
One final Black Phantom.
So, guess who this is? This is Ostrava.
Yeah.
Certain someone fucked up giving me the instructions for how this was
Oh,
meant to work for our video.
Get over it.
No.
This is Ostrava, the Knight of Boletaria, son of the king.
And he
Kicked off
did.
the ledge. Bit of a Lion King moment there.
And that's why I love the Storm Ruler. It just has so much. Even if you hit someone on the shield, it just sends them stumbling back just far enough.
That did work quite well, I have to admit.
So, ordinarily he's meant to like be sitting on the stairs. We just round up. He'll tell you who he is. He'll say go kill the king, and then he gives you a key. Kills himself.
Yeah, basically he kind of gets saddened by the fact that his father is turned into a demon and asks you to dispatch him. So
There's a bit of a pause there for clerical purposes.
time to go up the man-powered lift.
I never noticed them until like several playthroughs later when I first played.
I must admit they were one of the first things I noticed when I got into the lift. This lift always seems to take kind of pointlessly long to me.
It does, yeah. It might be for effect, but there's only one
Possibly.
place it goes. But
It's also kind of possible that it's the mask loading screen, I don't know.
might be actually. I got bored.
I was going to say, getting a bit impatient there. Or you'll probably still be wishing you were still in the lift in a couple of minutes.
That's rich coming from you.
Quite.
This fog door always fucks up every time I step up
Yeah.
to it.
Same here. It's just a general problem with the door.
So, the man himself, the one responsible for all this.
He was just chilling out, watching what we've been doing,
In his absolutely destroyed throne room.
with somehow spotlessly clean clothes.
I don't know, he looks pretty happy.
I mean, he's here to greet us and congratulate us on a job well done, right?
Just illustrating something here. You don't move from the spot you walk in, he just won't trigger.
Yeah. If you have a bow and a crap ton of arrows, you can actually kill him while standing there. And he'll never trigger and he'll never come and attack you due to you doing damage to him.
See, this is something I do, and I just don't bother again during the fight, because as it turns out, Alant is actually pretty resistant to magic.
Yeah, right enough. I suppose that kind of fits.
Yeah. Yeah, he managed to clip me at the edge of my shield there, and that was painful.
Alan is very dangerous.
He is, he's very fast, a very aggressive boss, and he hurts a lot. And he has a very nasty trick I don't show off.
You managed not to get hit by it?
Yeah.
Well, you might as well explain it. 'Cause you
It's
have,
that
you
right
have been
there.
hit by it before.
Yeah, that right there, that grab attack, that is the attack Soul Sucker. Soul Sucker, basically he'll grab you and he'll steal an entire level from you, like the last level you upgraded yourself with, he'll just take that. So you'll be down one stat point after, and it also does a ton of damage.
It's very likely to kill you, I think.
It can very easily screw you over, because if you
Yeah.
just reach the criteria, like say you just reach 30 strength to use the DBS and he does that,
Yeah, you
Like,
can't.
that's
you're
it,
Not,
you're-
yeah.
you're
You have
boned.
to manage to try and re-equip a different weapon in the middle of a fight. But It's very cruel, you know. If you get killed by that a couple of times, you'll really suffer. He's also very fast. Like he's very good at closing range.
He can actually also cancel out of some of his animations and just strike you.
Yeah.
And he has one like very fast launch attack that's almost instant. Like he does. I don't remember if he does it once here. He does it in. I do a refight of this video at some point, and he does it in that. He just like launches into it. That there, if he's like right next to you and he does that, like you're not dodging it.
Yeah.
It's just gonna catch you and you're dead.
All his little shockwaves and everything are very annoying as well.
That attack there is a massive, like it covers about half the arena. It's a big massive magic explosion, and it will pretty much always kill you.
Yeah.
But it takes such a long time to wind up that it's essentially a free hit every time he does it, and you can catch him in the loop of him just trying to do it over and over again.
Yeah. See, I didn't know that the first time I fought him. I didn't know you could interrupt it, so every time he started doing it, I did
just lagged it.
my free hit. I just sprinted the other direction, broke the lock on, and ran. Prolonged the fight by quite a long time.
I can imagine. Mistiming one of those, he'll just catch you every time.
Yeah. He's very, like, there's no room for error with a lot of your dodges in this fight.
This is one of the reasons why I changed to, besides the fact it's just a much better shield in general, I changed to Garvillin's Dark Silver Shield. His magic shockwaves are magic attacks.
Yeah.
So they do magic damage and will just hit through most shields, but this shield just resists magic damage almost entirely.
It's one of the things with these games, it wouldn't have surprised me if he just had some kind of
A thing
special
to hit through it.
wind damage that there was nothing to block with or anything.
You notice I've started two-handing for some hits just to get more damage on and make this end.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good strategy. You
Wind up-
nearly ran out of time there.
Nearly, but it's a lot longer than it looks. You have plenty of time to do it. This is me considering using light weapon again.
I wonder what his weaknesses are. I wonder if he has a slight weakness to fire or anything.
I don't think so. I think you basically just have to hit him head on. Imagine like, trying to do this as a mage build would just be ridiculous. Just
Yeah, it's probably hell.
he does resist magic enough to make it very costly, if nothing else. Fast roll learning its keep here.
Yeah, his fast roll actually is looking amazingly useful in this fight. 'Cause I don't think I've ever been able to fast roll while fighting him.
That right there, that's his fast launch. It catches me every time.
Yeah.
Because it's just like snap there.
Yeah, there's like no wind up at all. It's always the terrible thing with a lance whenever you back off to heal. I'm fairly sure trying to heal triggers a range closing attack with him.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
If you start
it can't just be chance.
if you start healing, he does. He actually does like try and close the distance or hit you, like every single time. He just seems he has like a bit of a cooldown for normally, but if you try to heal, he'll just like ignore that and just leap in the attack.
Yeah. We've nearly got him. This is an amazing Old King fight actually.
Thanks, but I don't know. I've come pretty close to dying several times.
But I mean, I usually would die a couple of times.
See, like right there, he cancelled out his dash thing just to strike me.
Yeah. I probably also have eaten all 31 of those full moon grasses by now as well. It's one of those things, like, Souls games would be so incredibly cruel if they were a little bit like The Witcher and you were able to, like, OD on healing items and have, like, a cooldown on them. I would be totally fucked.
I think we all would be.
It was one of the kind of things I was actually kind of half suspecting them to put it in Bloodborne. So it was going to be a kind of thing where you used the blood vials to heal yourself, but if you did it too often, you got like tainted blood or something.
Yeah, that would have been very fitting and very nasty.
Yeah, it would have been. I think it probably would have been too cruel. I suppose it probably would have put more emphasis on the regain system.
That's the last demon.
Yeah, the big final boss. It's pretty good.
False King, it says.
Precious demon. No human has an appetite for souls.
Well, thank you.
That sounds like a compliment to
The
me.
rest is up to the old one.
I think that just means I'm really good at killing.
You shall be back in.
Well, that was kind of ominous.
I'm gonna go out here and have a look at the view.
It always bugged me. What was he sitting on out there?
Pretty sure he's just sitting on that rock.
Because it looked like he was leaning back in the cutscene.
Sitting on the rock. Can't be any less comfortable than that throne.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, cutscene.
Yeah, fancy cutscene now. Well, I mean, it's Demon Souls. You get a bunch of cutscenes at the start and a bunch at the end.
So, all the demons are dead, so the seal is broken.
And there's now a giant pit in the middle of the Nexus.
This leaking fog.
Which it is possible to fall down and die.
Or as the case might be, shove others into.
Yeah. Which might be coming up in a very short side video. So we've swapped over to me now.
He's gonna take us home.
And the pit's open. It's time to go see what the old one wants, I reckon.
I think he wants souls.
It's looking pretty deep there. Better make sure she's not going to fall in or anything.
Voice of yore. The old one is calling to you. Let us proceed below to its
Wow,
land.
this old one sounds very like a prat.
He sheathed your sword again for some reason.
Yeah. I think I've said this before. I kind of wish there was a way
The sheathed
to
swords,
sheathe
yeah.
your sword properly in gameplay so you could walk around with that. I think that would be kind of cool.
And so Demon Souls hands, you like landing like several hundred feet into the middle of the earth, just crashing on the ground, dying.
Yeah, just slamming into the ground, death. You reawaken in the Nexus, everything's back to life. Game laughs at you.
She kind of just dumped you there and walked ahead.
Yeah, she didn't really seem too concerned about whether you actually survived the fall.
Now we come face to face with the old one who we glimpsed in the cutscene earlier. It's a giant tree.
Yeah. It is pretty
Thing.
like just a
Tree thing.
giant mess of trees and fences for some reason.
I guess he was part of the landscape at one point.
Possibly. I don't know. It's a very odd design to say the least. With a giant kind of tree asshole there. I mean that's essentially what it is.
I'm pretty sure that's his mouth.
Ah, it's an asshole. Probably a mouth as well.
I have brought thee what
That's
thou
efficient
wishest,
design.
thy new demon.
No, that's just rude.
Come now.
That
take it.
face there, the face thing where it has like the hole and the ring around it, that is actually turns up on an item. The Talisman of Beasts looks like the old one's head, and that's because it is a talisman of him. It's a it
Yeah.
casts both spells and miracles. It's the best. Well, not the best, because for damage, the Insanity Callus is the best spell
Yeah,
casting.
but it's very good because it allows you to cast both with the one item. So you only
It's
need one
also
equip.
the preferred weapon for using Cursed Weapon for a number of reasons, but no, too spurgy to get into.
Fair enough.
Getting one is an absolute bitch, though.
Yeah. Well, that looks inviting.
Run on in.
Just chilling out on the beach. There's a little archstone back there if you want to go back up to the Nexus, but
Yeah, it'll be one just sitting on the steps to warp back down.
there's not an awful lot. You can't level up at this point. No.
Mm.
Once you come back from killing the false king,
Yeah, that's it.
talking to the
she's-
maiden triggers this. You can't level up. You gotta
So-
look after those 100k souls.
that you most likely have if you've killed the dragon and Alant and all the Black Phantoms and everything.
Yeah.
Let us proceed below to its land.
Kind of bugged me
But-
she didn't have new dialogue here.
She says below, but
Yeah, we're already below. Let's just run straight into the gaping hole.
I can't help but feel that this isn't the most efficient gardening tool you could have picked.
No, but it's very fun, for lack of a better term. Just crushing all the branches beneath it.
The thin, weedy branches. You can just actually just roll through, honestly.
Yeah, I know, but attacking them was kind of more rewarding.
You have been chosen by the Old One. Shalt thou seek everlasting demon souls?
Why not both? Pretty sure if you kill this tree, you'll just be drowning in souls.
Yeah, pretty much get all the souls. That sounds a pretty good deal to me.
Hmm.
A bit like a fog door.
Whoever that was sounding a bit iffy.
Yeah, they don't sound like they're doing too well. They sound a little bit sick.
Oh, hello.
Oh, it's the real King of Land.
Kind of
Turned
just
into
become
some-
a swampy piece of ass.
Yeah, horrible blob of crap.
He's gonna put up a good fight anyway, though. Look at him.
Yeah, he's determined, if nothing else. You can see the sword in his right.
Hand-ish
Yeah, I
thing.
was gonna say hand, but it's not really a hand, is it? In his right blob.
This is the final fight. There's nothing after this.
Yeah.
No gimmicks or anything. This is it.
This
You
is
just
the real final boss. But
you just get the work off stress.
he can hurt you, but he doesn't really do much damage.
He can, but he doesn't do much damage. You're just playing with him now.
Yeah, I thought I would just show magic doesn't really do a ton of damage to him. Even
No,
the
he's got-
Dragon Bone Smasher isn't doing.
It's doing fur damage. He just has a ton of
Hey,
HP and a
just
bit of
he
defense.
it's not doing that much damage compared to how much health he has.
Suppose.
There's
And
no,
yeah, you-
there's no backstab or anything here either. Just as a blackfish.
Nah, well,
There's no
I
back
don't
to
think I don't.
stab, so.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think he has a back anymore. And it really is just work off the stress of what you've done. Just take it all out on
Yeah.
this wretched piece of crap.
The one who kind of caused all this crap to begin with.
Yeah, in a way, it's just delivering justice.
And who knows, maybe we'll even get something for it. Who knows?
Don't you understand? No one wishes
No, Alan. Just because you're struggling with depression doesn't mean the rest of us are.
It's a bit of a sore loser statement, that isn't it?
Mm. Hey,
We get to nick his sword. It's pretty nice.
Soulbrand.
Do you want to explain the significance of the two swords?
There's two swords that belong to the Bolt Ironvoid family. Soulbrand and Demonbrand. One does more damage against humans, one does more damage against demons. They tie into world tendency mechanics to do more damage if
Yeah. They do a lot more damage if you're a pure white world tendency.
or pure black,
Yeah,
as I
if you have
recall.
soul, and pure black if you have demon. Or you can fuse the two together and use the soul from the false king.
To create Northern Regalia.
Yeah, which will do max damage at either pure tendency, black or white, doesn't matter.
It's not that impressive a sword, really.
No,
Either
it's
way.
not. You would think, given what you have to go through to get it, it would be really, really good, but quite mediocre.
So there's a choice here,
Yeah.
and you pick the right one.
Yeah, we'll not be total assholes. You can kill the maiden in black here.
At last.
And become the old one's new servant, and
Yeah, slowly turn into a big pile of goo.
yeah.
But we'll not do
Yeah.
that. We'll do what we set out to do from the start.
Knight's honor.
We'll get that old one back to sleep. It's way past its bedtime.
You had your fun. Nice, it's bedtime.
Sheathing the sword again for no reason.
How do you even sheathe that thing?
Really don't know. Not really sure what's keeping it attached to my back at this point and how I'm not falling over.
Just sheer grim determination.
Along
Yeah.
with the maiden, were swept back into the lulling fog. Boletaria was spared from the demons, but also lost its knowledge.
Damn
of
it, I
soul
just got
arts.
light weapon, I love it.
The
I mean, to be
souls
honest, it
lost
seems like a pretty
during
good deal. We don't get
pandemonium
soul arts, but
were
we get to
never
kind of,
retrieved.
live. That sounds pretty nice to me.
And today, the unstable world has another monumental to hold its fabric together.
So that line, I'm gonna say this, that line is something that annoys me.
A brave new hero.
Because it implies that
Here we go.
yes, your character is now a monumental, like the monumental at the start of the game that gave you this mission. Which is cool, but fair enough. I really hoped the first time I played this, because the whole point of Demon Souls is that it's a cycle.
No, that's just you just
No,
pulling meaning from where there isn't any.
no, it's a cycle. That's
It's
what
not.
it is. Because the game
No.
ends, the credits roll, and we wake up in the
And that's
Nexus.
it. And then the
No,
Game Plus starts,
you wake
where
up
you
in the
you pick up
Nexus.
right at the end of the tutorial.
No, you wake up in the Nexus. And it
Oh,
has all begun over again. But there's
Please,
still
show
only
us
one monumental
Your
alive.
fanfiction.net link to this theory.
One day, I will track down Miyazaki and I will get him to somehow admit that it was a missed opportunity.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't count if you hold them at gunpoint.
It counts to me.
Whatever. Anyway, credits. We did it.
Yeah, we did. I mean, it was pretty good, I thought. Pretty good
Yeah.
ending. You know, saved everybody. Everything went pretty well.
It's the one thing I like about Demon Souls compared to all of its successors is that it genuinely has like a good ending. You did it. You won. It isn't any like, you didn't quite win.
Yeah, like Dark Souls with the two endings are bad or worse.
Well, but worse for everyone else. You seem to have a good time of it in one of them.
That's true.
And there's no bullshit, no ambiguity, just straight up, yep, you won.
Yeah, the very small voice cast there. Pretty much fitting
Very-
onto one screen.
Yeah, very good voices though.
Very good, yeah. Credits for this game were very, very short, especially compared to some.
Well, to be fair, and this is something, I feel like this game demonstrates something the entire industry could learn from, was efficiency.
Well,
Like from at this point aren't a very big studio.
I mean,
They
you're kind of right, but at the same time, the story of Demon Souls in particular is one of ridiculousness and waste. Because it was
True.
already a failed project for like years.
True, but in this instance, I feel like keeping the staff small was a good idea. Smallish, comparatively.
Well, if anything, it does make for nicer viewing than Watch Dogs' 20-minute credits.
Any given Ubisoft game.
Yeah, where you have
Where
to
they have, like-
have to look at the credits. Well, every single employee employed
From,
in any
like,
of Ubisoft's like 7
11 million
places.
studios worldwide.
They really do kind of take the piss.
They do.
Which reminds me, there I noticed when I was recording this. In the supervisors there was Sean Layden, who is now the head of Sony America.
No. Well, this was
Because he's the guy who took over from Jack Tretton. But obviously
He
he
was
wasn't
the-
head of Sony America when this was made.
this was published in Japan by Sony.
Yeah. But I just thought that was quite interesting when I noticed it.
Fair enough. I feel like Australia kind of got gypped there. It shows Gara but doesn't show her.
Yeah, it's kind of absent. Suppose in a way, Garl was the one that you fought, so...
Well, you can't go and fight her. You walk
Oh, that's
past
true.
him and hit her, and like she'll start using miracles to fight you.
She dies pretty easy, though.
Yeah, true. To be fair, you have to stand and play while you're doing it, and
That can end you pretty quickly.
there's a Garl on your butt, just shanking you, really. Well, beating you because he's a hammer.
Yeah. Old one's
And
looking
you're-
pretty formidable there in that art.
Mm. It's a shame it's just a big fat shit that just sort of sucks you into its bumhole.
Yeah. Seems slightly underused.
Your gift for sparing the Blade in Black is her Demon Soul,
Yeah.
which gets you the spell Soul Sucker from Yuria, but only on New Game Plus.
Which is a very, very useful spell.
Very, yes. And now we're back, just in the cutscene right after the tutorial.
Yeah.
The game just launches you straight into New Game Plus, and everything has like 50% boost to all their stats.
Yeah. New Game Plus is
and
incredibly.
it's a jump. It's
Yeah.
a sheer cliff face
You
jump.
go into like the dregs in World 1-1, and they will cut you up for a lot of your health.
And Flanks is an actual fight again.
Yeah. But that's essentially it for the Demon Souls LP. We have another one coming soon. We have another 2 in the works actually.
Hello.
But the one coming next is going to be Catherine on hard, and I'm hoping to try and get a gold on every stage, but we'll see how that
specifically
goes.
only played by this git, because fuck that noise.
Because Gavin will not go near it again. And
no,
I love
like,
it. I think it's amazing, so I'm happy to.
It's a good game, but fuck that.
So I'm hoping to start work on that very, very soon, and it should hopefully start going up relatively soon. A week, maybe 2. We'll have to see. But thanks for watching this. Bye.
Bye.